And welcome to a special edition of 12 News at 11. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. Good to have you along tonight. It was a wild weather week here in the valley. Temperatures stayed near 110, maybe a little bit above, maybe a little bit below, but there was a lot of humidity. And of course, we also saw those severe storms roll through.
We want to get straight to meteorologist Stella Sun, who has a look at what we can expect this upcoming week. Stella?
Well, we still have some storm chances tomorrow, a slim chance in the valley, about 10%. But as we move along and wrap up July and into August, I am tracking those temperatures climbing to that 115 mark as we welcome in that new weekend on Saturday. The temperatures will only continue to climb as we move along. Showing you Doppler radar right now, a lot of the activity we saw in the afternoon and evening, that has started to clear up. Just a little bit of thunderstorm activity over towards Apache County, but you can see that we are clearing that slate clean. Tomorrow's monsoon meter is staying at a 1 in the valley, so there is a chance for some isolated thunderstorms or even showers to pop up. Of course, we could see any thunderstorms trigger some of those outflow winds and create new thunderstorms, so we are going to be watching that. For tomorrow's outlook, the severity level is going to be under severe limits. So all of that green is where we could see the potential of showers and thunderstorm activity. It's pretty similar to what we saw the last couple of days, today and yesterday. This is where we saw a lot of the thunderstorm activity towards the White Mountains, southeast portions of Arizona, and a couple through the Phoenix area. Flagstaff also getting in that mix come tomorrow. We'll bring you a look at those high temperatures and what you can expect as we move along through that new work week in August coming up.
Stella, thanks. Now to the latest on the newest wildfire burning in our state. The southbound lanes of the SR 87 are closed near Payson tonight. The highway is closed from State Route 188 to the Bush Highway. All of this being caused by the Sandstone Fire, which is burning 14 miles north of Fountain Hills. We just got in some new information. Since last night, the fire has burned 15,000 acres with 0% containment. Officials say this was likely caused by lightning. Right now, there is no estimated time for when that stretch of the road could reopen.
We have some new details tonight on a deadly shooting presumably caused during a road rage incident yesterday in Surprise. Police have shared the names of the victim and the shooter. Police say that 18-year-old J. Dev Christian Spicely called to turn himself in and now faces second-degree murder charges for the death of 33-year-old James Nicholas Solano Aguilar. Police say that Solano Aguilar was an active military member.
Also tonight, an 81-year-old man is dead after a hit-and-run crash earlier today in North Phoenix. It happened in a neighborhood near 32nd Street and Bell. Police say Eduardo Jimenez was standing on the sidewalk when a car swerved into him. Police say the driver took off and Jimenez died at the scene. Detectives were able to track down the driver. They say 27-year-old Alberto Santos showed signs of impairment. Santos was booked into jail on manslaughter charges. Phoenix PD is still investigating.
Tonight, police are investigating a deadly shooting that happened near 7th Avenue and Buckeye Road. When police arrived, they found a man who was shot inside his car. Emergency crews tried to treat the man at the scene, but he died from his injuries. Phoenix police say that they detained a man they think was involved in the shooting. Their investigation is still ongoing. Turning now to the Colorado River, water levels at Lake Powell this summer are the highest that they've been in 3 years.
But the man-made reservoir is still out of reach for several of the boat launches. Here's 12 News journalist Kyle Simchuk.
It used to be one of Arizona's best-kept secrets, but last year, Lake Powell and the Glen Canyon National Recreation Area welcomed more visitors than the Grand Canyon.
People come up and they stay for a week, either in a hotel, on a houseboat.
Kenneth Runnels is the chief administrator for Antelope Point Holdings, which operates this marina 15 minutes outside of Page.
So this ramp was actually blasted out with dynamite years ago.
The concrete ramp is roughly 1,600 feet. It hasn't always been long enough.
So in 2021, we did not have enough water to launch here.
Water levels at Lake Powell reached a 3-year high this summer, but the man-made reservoir is still 118 feet below full pool or full capacity. The water level is still too low to launch boats here at this public ramp on Antelope Point. So instead, it's been used by kayakers for years.
Hampers the availability just to get into the water.
Fishing guide Bill McBurney has been on the lake for 40 years and worries what the next 40 could look like.
There would be concerns for the people who are going to be here. Yes, you know, we can't call the shot on what the weather's going to do.
These photos from NASA are sobering. This is Lake Powell in August 2017. This is the lake in August 2022.
The lake is our livelihood.
Lake Powell exists because of the Glen Canyon Dam, and so does the city of Page, established in the 1950s as a housing camp for dam workers.
We store water in Lake Powell and Lake Mead in times of plenty to be used in times of need.
Page Mayor Bill Dyack says the need for Colorado River water is greater than it was 60 years ago.
More water out of the bank now than we've got coming in. We can't forestay that type of situation. So I believe there needs to be a different plan on how that water is used.
Dyack says climate change is not helping Lake Powell's situation. He believes more water conservation is needed, but convincing those downstream may not be easy.
The thing about it is when you start talking about water in the West, you're talking about fighting.
In Page, Kyle Simchuk, 12 News.
Let's get to Decision 2024. In just 2 days, Arizonans will head to the polls to vote in the primary. If you still need to drop off your ballot, you can do that tomorrow or Tuesday, Election Day, before 7. If you plan to vote in person on Election Day, the polls are open across Maricopa County from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Here on 12 News, we'll have continuing coverage all day on air and online. And be sure to join us at 8 o'clock Tuesday night on 12 News Plus as the first results start coming in.